Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I went back and got 3 more packages of ground beef at Meijer's Memorial Day sale. Well, the week of Memorial Day. And I left one in the fridge. I'm gonna make burgers for the holiday, which is tomorrow, but you won't see this until after the holiday. And this I'm going to dehydrate because I think we might be liking that texture better than just the regular canning way. So I am going to can these up, dry can them once I have dehydrated them. So I'm gonna do 4 pounds, even though this is a little more than 4 pounds. Maybe I'll do all of this. I was thinking I would just do 4 pounds, but I might do all of it. Depending on how much is going to fit on my dehydrator trays, because I want to do just one load of it. So I'm going to get to doing this, and I'm going to do it a different way than I showed you in my previous canning ground beef video. Okay, so I did measure out 4 pounds because I think that's going to work best with my dehydrator if I do a pound on each rack. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to do something different than I did yesterday. I'm actually going to add breadcrumbs to it. Now, I saw this once again at Darcy at Purposeful Pantry did the same video. She added breadcrumbs, 1/4 cup for each pound. So I've added 1 cup because I have 4 pounds. Now, she got this from a backpacking chef, if I remember correctly. But I don't know who that is, so I don't know whether this is going to work because she didn't say who it was, and I don't know to go and check if they have a video for it. But I'm just going to do what she did. She actually worked it in. Now I'm going to work it in. Now she said don't work it too much. And then I have my electric skillet right over here that I'm going to put it in, get it cooked up, and get it into my dehydrator. So let me get this worked in. And she said don't work it in too much. Okay, so I've worked it in without working it too much, and I'm not exactly sure what kind of breadcrumbs she used. Actually, I think she made her own breadcrumbs and from like some store-bought rolls or something she got. And I had some plain regular breadcrumbs, but not enough. So I opened up a container of panko breadcrumbs and I just mixed the two. That's what I used. They weren't seasoned or anything like that, but that's what I used. So I'm going to get it into my electric skillet and get it cooking up. Okay, so I've got it in my electric skillet, and I'm going to cook it until 90% of the pink is out. Leave it for a few minutes to get the rest of it out, and then get it on my dehydrating trays. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I am going to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's it. So I can use it for different things later. Kind of maybe with the breadcrumbs in it, it might limit what I can use this for, or what I will use this for. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, change of plans. I'm actually using my no salt seasoning in it. That's what I'm going to use in it. And a little bit of salt. That's what I'm going to put in it, in this one. So I'm going to use seasoning salt again. A little bit of seasoning salt in there. And get it all mixed in. Okay, so I've got the meat all browned up. There's a few pieces here and there that are pink like that one. I'm just going to let the residual heat cook that. And I am going to rinse this because she didn't really say how she cooked it with the one with the breadcrumbs in it. And she didn't really say if she rinsed it or not. I'm pretty sure she probably did rinse it, but she didn't say how she cooked it. So I'm not exactly sure. So I'm going to rinse this because all this grease in here, it's not a whole lot. I guess with the breadcrumbs, I'm going to absorb some of them. That's why I didn't want to boil it, because of the breadcrumbs. So we'll see how this goes. I am going to rinse it though. So I'm going to set that up while this is finishing off. And we are going to go to Okay, so I have a small portion of the hamburger, the ground beef here. And I'm going to pour over This water is boiling. Just took it off the stove, and I'm going to pour it over and get some of that oil out of there, some of those fats. And I'm going to do that in small sections until it's all rinsed. Okay, so once I've rinsed it, I put it onto a lined with paper towel, just a regular pan, and I'm just going to pat the top of it, get it as dry, get some more of those fats out of there, and continue on to the process till I've got all 4 of the pounds rinsed and pat dry. Okay, so I've got my dehydrator all filled up. I've got 4 trays, and actually the bottom tray, I put the jelly roll. Let me see if I can lift it up. You see that? In the bottom. So actually there's 5 trays. So I was able to spread out those 4 pounds of ground beef in 5 trays. So hopefully, well, last time I had no problem, and I actually loaded it fuller than I have now. So last time I did a lot more than 4 pounds apparently. So yeah, this is what it's looking like. And I'm gonna get it dehydrated. Okay, so the dehydrator's all loaded up. I'm gonna turn it on. And I'm gonna set my timer for 5.5 hours, and I'll see you in 5.5 hours. Okay, so I've got all my dehydrated ground beef into jars. This one is full. I'm going to do this one 2 different ways. I have an oxygen absorber on the top in this one, and then I have no oxygen absorber in this one, and I'm going to dry can them. I'm going to use my attachment here, and I'm going to use my vacuum sealer to vacuum seal them out. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'm going to vacuum seal them. And so I'm just waiting for the vacuum seal to stop, to shut off so I can take it off. And there it goes. Okay, so I vacuum sealed the second one without the oxygen absorber. So I've dry canned both of these, and I'm going to see if there's any real difference whether I put an oxygen absorber in them. And of course I am using my ForJars canning lids to dry can these meats. And if you want a discount code, look in the description box below for 10% off your next order. So I found no matter what canning lid I use, whether it was ForJars, bowl, I don't use Kerr unless it came on a Kerr jar. I don't buy any Kerr or any other brand of canning lids. But what I noticed with this specific attachment was if I just pulled it off here with this steel attached, 9 times out of 10 it didn't seal for some reason. So you have to pull it off here first, and of course I can't do that one-handed. Okay, so I've got these 2 dry can vacuum sealed. This one has the oxygen absorber in it, as you can see. This one doesn't, and they're both sealed, as you can see. So I'm going to put them on the shelf. I want to test to see how long they last. I'll probably check them in about, well, definitely going to check this one since it doesn't have the oxygen absorber. Check this one in about a month or 2, and then maybe 6 months on this one. And I want to show you the ones I did. This was the ones that I boiled. So I did put oxygen absorber in both of those. So we'll see how this goes, see how long it lasts. I'm not exactly sure how long it lasts. She wasn't specific on how long it lasts either. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm not quite sold on this breadcrumbs because I think it absorbed a lot more oil, because I actually had to rinse it twice. A lot more oil than the one that didn't have any breadcrumbs. It's like the breadcrumbs absorbed some of that fat that came out of the hamburger, which it would do. But rinsing it, I had to do it twice. Whereas this one, I only had to rinse it once, and it felt non-greasy. So yeah, but this one I did boil, so that was the difference there. So we'll see how this goes. And so this is my canning project for today with my ForJars canning lids, and the discount code will be in the description box below for 10% off your order. And I'm quite happy with how these turned out. My little sale at Myers for this, well, you won't see it until after Memorial Day, but for the Memorial Day holiday. Yep, that's what I got.